All right, today we're diving into a professional skill that's, well, a little different. It's not about working harder or even smarter. No, it's about mastering the art of the modern workplace.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt more exhausted from just looking busy than from, actually being busy? We've all had that feeling, right? That weird modern pressure where the optics of your job feel just as demanding as the job itself. Well, the source material we're looking at today has let's just say, an unconventional solution to that problem.
And this is the core philosophy that's going to guide us. A simple, almost shockingly direct statement from our source, the art of visual industry. It completely reframes the whole idea of looking busy. It's not a chore anymore. Oh no, it's a skill. Something you can learn, practice, and yeah, even perfect.
Okay, so let's start our first lesson, shall we? We're going to treat this like a real masterclass in what the source calls visual industry. And just remember, the goal here isn't to just do the work. It's to be seen doing the work. Big difference. And this practice, it actually has a name, performative productivity. It's basically about putting on a show. The focus completely shifts away from your actual output to the performance of your effort. It's not about the destination, right? It's about making sure everyone, and I mean everyone, sees you on the journey. All right, now for our first practical skill. If you want to become a true practitioner of visual industry, you absolutely have to master the fundamental principle of motion. This is your bread and butter, your foundational technique.
And this rule it makes so much sense, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. Someone sitting totally still at their desk. They could be solving the company's biggest crisis, or they could be shopping for shoes online. Who knows? But someone moving briskly through the office, they must be on an important mission. See, motion creates this immediate illusion of purpose.
So how do we actually do it? Well, the source breaks it down into 3 simple steps. First, you've got to have a prop. Always carry a prop. A folder, a report, a laptop. It signals you're in the middle of something important. Second, walk with purpose. We're talking head up, determined stride, no lazy meandering. And third, and this is my personal favorite, as you pass a colleague, just announce where you're going. Something like, headed to legal, or gotta get these to finance. It adds that perfect layer of context and urgency.
You see, the old way was all about quiet achievement, right? Getting things done. But the new way, the path of visual industry, it's all about externalizing that effort. You're not just finishing the report, you're walking briskly with the report. You're not just solving a problem, you're pacing in the hallway thinking. It's a subtle but really, really powerful shift in focus.
Okay, so mastering movement, that's the baseline. That's beginner stuff. It makes you look busy, for sure. But what if you want to look indispensable? What if you want to become a true master of the craft? Well, for that, you have to escalate. You need a power tool.
And the source is crystal clear on this. Basic props, like documents and laptops, that's for amateurs. If you really want to project this aura of unparalleled urgency and importance to operate on a level nobody else can even wrap their head around, you need something more. Something that literally stops people in their tracks.
And that something is a pressure washer. That's right, a pressure washer. Imagine carrying that through the office. Just think of the message it sends. I guarantee you, nobody is going to ask you about the TPS reports when you're marching past their desk with industrial cleaning equipment and a look of grim determination. And the benefits? Oh, they're undeniable. It immediately shuts down any and all interruptions. It implies you're dealing with a problem so massive, so catastrophic, that it requires extreme measures. It's visually stunning, and this is the best part, you don't have to do a single bit of actual computer work. This, my friends, is the absolute peak of performative productivity. Now, look, carrying a pressure washer through your office is, of course, completely absurd. And that's what brings us to the real point of this whole thing. What is this satirical guide actually trying to tell us about the culture of work today?
Let's go back to that core philosophy from our source, because this quote right here is the key to unlocking the whole thing. The entire satirical framework is built to critique a very, very real phenomenon in today's workplace. But what is it?
And here it is. This guide, it isn't really a guide at all. It's a mirror. It's holding up a mirror to a workplace culture where being busy has somehow become a status symbol. A culture that can sometimes get confused and mistake all that activity for actual achievement, rewarding the people who perform busyness the best instead of the ones who are quietly delivering the best results. And that's really the question this whole ridiculous exercise leaves us with, isn't it? It's easy to laugh at the idea of carrying a pressure washer through the office, but it forces us to ask a really serious question about our own workplaces.
What gets rewarded more? The frantic motion or the quiet progress? Something to think about.